Om Sadashiva-Samarambham Shankaracharya-Madhyamam Asmadacharya-Paryantam Vande Guru-Paramparam. So, any questions, clarifications, or on the text? Okay, not other things.
You have to know that line.
Yeah, that one line that is there in the 12th verse. Okay. Apekshadya pratibuddhasya. The one who's woken up. Okay. Asya swabhavikam param. Who is not your normal nature. He is giving you in the next line how it is being done also. Uktam nityadi vakyena kalpatasya apanetrana. Kalpitasya apanetrana. By negation of what is kalpitam. Now many people, I don't know, let us see the translation here. Okay, superimposition, not bad translation. What do you mean by kalpitam? In general terms, kalpitam.
Imagine.
It is not only imagined, it is also what is conceptualized. What do you mean conceptualized? You are a self-awareful being, therefore you have a concept of who you are. A concept is not the truth. A concept is dependent on the truth. But it is not the truth. A concept of who you are, ranging from the roles that you play to I am a human being. And nobody is accusing you of being an inhuman being, but it's a conceptualization on that self-awareful conscious being. That consciousness is being conceived of now as a human being. Kalpana, meaning a concept, a superimposition. Something that you are not is being presented as you are. Now it can be deliberate or it can be out of ignorance. We are dealing with what is done out of ignorance. You conceptualize. Like today there's a whole group coming. They're playing a role on the stage. That's a deliberate conceptualization. There's no problem there. There's no error there. There's no error. They're very fully aware. I'm so and so, the actor, now playing this role. Very clear cut. You know what is there is a stone, and on that stone you are invoking Lord Shiva. Deliberate. You don't miss the stone, everyone knows it's a stone. But on the stone you are invoked. On the cross you have invoked. On space you have invoked. In a direction you have invoked. These are all deliberate. These are all deliberate. So in deliberate invocation there is no problem. That's a deliberate conceptualization. We are talking about the one that is done out of ignorance. Like mistaking a rope for a snake. You mistake a rope for a snake. You respond to that. Just a snake here, let it be, you be there, I be here, I go quietly. Don't disturb it. One response. Where is my stick gone? Aggressive response. No, snake, be careful because run away. Fearful response. You can have 100 responses. Correct? Why? Because you don't know what there is rope. If you knew it is a rope, then you'll be appreciated. Hey, nice, it looks like a snake. The rope, but it's how nicely it looks like a snake. Maybe you should take it home and keep it as a piece in my mind. Those are deliberate, not an issue. The one that is done out of ignorance is an issue. I have taken myself to be what? Finite being, jiva, ahankara. I am this much only. That is the problem. So he says, in the teaching, two things are necessary. What you are not has to be negated. Neti neti iti vakyena. Neti neti iti vakyena. Not this, not this. Because the superpositions are huge. Starting from the roles onwards. No? Starting from the roles onwards. The role is taken as you. Remember the first very class I started like that. The role is taken as you. Now that has to be negated. Okay. And body, mind, this, that self-judgment based on all that. Therefore, anrititvena kalpitasya apaneitra. All kalpita has to be negated. What you are has to be revealed. What you are. From this awareful being, right in the beginning I said that. From this awareful being, negating all the things. What is left behind is just an awareful being. The one who is aware of all this. One who is witnessing. That I is limitlessness. Is the existence from which everything has come. That is consciousness free from time and space. Summed up in the Mahavakya Tattvamasi or Aham Brahmasmi. That's a summing up. A Mahavakya is the summing up of the whole teaching. So that's it. Without that, the ignorance will not go. Mere experience is not enough. We can have some sort of samadhi experience. Some sort of samadhi experience you can have. But, when I first started studying, sometimes sharing these stories help. I used to sit every morning, get up. When I was a marine trainee, I used to get up at 4 o'clock. Nowadays I don't. As a sadhu, I don't get up at 4 o'clock. As a marine trainee, I used to get up at 4. Well, I used to be so exhausted at the end of the day, but 9:30 I'm asleep. So 4 o'clock I'm up. And then I will sit and meditate. So sometimes you'll go into samadhi, sometimes you will not. 1 year this practice went on. I said, is there something wrong with me? I had enough self-esteem to know there's nothing wrong with me. Of course, there can't be anything wrong with the Atma. I don't think anything wrong. There is something wrong with the way I've understood things. It's not nothing. I'm not feeling Anando, I'm not getting up and saying, I'm wise. Dunya kya hai? And this is purpose. I'm not getting any of that thing. Then I attended a lecture in Matunga, series of lectures in Matunga. By Puja Swamiji, that was in 74, 73, 74. 74. Dakshinamurti Sotra. There I realized what an idiot I have been. That's what I realized. 1 year I sat in Samadhi. What? That is not the answer. You need to have knowledge. What the I am has to be revealed in terms of the learning, in terms of the teaching. Only then it works. Because the pramana, the means of knowledge, is operated only in the teaching. In samadhi practice, where is pramana? There is no pramana. There is nothing. Nothing. That's why some people will talk like that. The experience of nothingness. Nothingness is Shiva on top of it. Nothingness is Shiva. Ye kidhar se aaya? Shiva is something or nothing? Nothingness has managed into Shiva. From nothing, nothing will come. Basic principle of nature. Nothing will come. No, but nature's laws are suspended. His understanding is suspended. No problem. Okay. Then he says everything is presented by the vasanas, this thing, ajnana, the whole thing. Therefore, little bit. Since, yeah. Brahman cannot change to become the world. Anything that is free from time and space cannot change to become the world. Any process of change has to be in an entity that is limited by time and space. Brahman, the consciousness, existence, cannot change. That means what? Brahman has not become the world. Brahman has become the world exactly like how water is the ocean. What is the ocean? Water. Has water become the ocean? Has water become the wave? Yeah, water became the wave. Really? Remove the water, where is the wave? The only wave you will get if you remove the water is hi. What other wave are you going to get? But Brahman, the consciousness, has appeared as a creation. Looks like the creation. That is why you take anything like I did yesterday, it will resolve into what? Existence consciousness. Anything in the world will resolve into existence consciousness. That's only reality. And what is all this? Kalpana. Conceptualized. Anything that you call creation is a conceptualization. Isn't it true? Table? Wood? I knew this lady. She had a huge bed in her room, in her bedroom. Okay. When she moved into that flat as a young bride, that bed was built inside that room, the bedroom. Now the building has to go for redevelopment. Okay, then you have to empty out whatever you want from that. But the bed cannot come out. Too big. Cannot come out of the room, much less the flat. So what to do? And the carpenter came and did it. 35 साल हो गया. 35 years. How do you know 35 years? साहब, मेरा पिताजी ने बनाया था. मैं उनके साथ आया था इधर. उनके साथ में काम सीखता था. I know this. So अभी क्या? What can you do now? Chop it up and take it out. Or you can't do anything with it. It's old bed. Oh, it was my wedding bed. What can you do? Chop it up. Then what will you do with it? I will sell it to the local bakery to use it as firewood. Wood. Where is the bed gone? Only wood is there. Even when the bed was there, what is there is only wood. Why are you using all these peculiar examples? What has happened in what I've seen in my life, I'm using as an example, okay? These are all true stories, not made up. Even when the bed was there, what is there is wood. Before the bed was made, what is there was wood. Before it was cut into wood, what was there was wood as a tree, wood. Wood all the way. Wood all the way. There is a, therefore what? Kalpana. A conceptualization. The wood is conceptualized as a table and made because it requires some human action. Ishvara doesn't require that. In Ishvara's case, thought creates matter. Exactly like how thought creates matter within our system. You laugh for a PJ I make, or matter is created inside your brain. Yeah, just by thought. And In Ishvara there is nothing outside him anyway. Whole universe is body. So thought is enough. Whole universe. Okay? And that power to make Brahman appear as a universe, we give a name to that. We call it Maya. Shakti. Maya Shakti. It's a name given to that power. Where is that Brahman? Where is that power? In Brahman itself. Apart from Brahman, nothing exists. Then you explain Sattva, Rajas, Tamas, all that you have heard about it. Okay, fine. Just touching upon it, just to make it complete. Okay, then what? Then he says, Dehalingatmana karyam Vasana rupina kriya Neti neti eti atma rupatva Name karya kriya kinchana Kinchit Deha lingatmana karya. When I have atma buddhi in the deha, body, linga meaning sukshma sharira. Another name for sukshma sharira is linga. Why linga? Lingyate aneneti. By this linga, we know that you are alive, you are conscious. Because the mind is there, we know you are alive, you are conscious. The mind is not there. Ram Naam Satya hai. To the funeral ground, Ram Naam Satya. Why do you say Ram Naam Satya hai? Ye jo hai asatya hai. That they don't say. But it's true, na? What does Ram Naam Satya hai mean? The Lord is true. And what is it that you are carrying? Asatya. Ho gaya kaam iska. The mind departed. Does consciousness depart? Body exists. Anything that exists can be resolved into pure existence. You burn it, gases, ashes, exists. Nothing is gone. Matter and energy cannot be destroyed. Why? Because they have their base in pure existence. Existence cannot be destroyed. What is existence cannot become non-existence. Na bhavo vidyate sataha. Gita, 2nd chapter. Can't. What exists cannot go. And matter and energy are convertible. They can't be destroyed. Why? Because they're rooted in pure existence consciousness. Science doesn't talk of that. Okay, I'm saying. The Shastra is saying. They're rooted in pure existence awareness. Therefore, he says, Linga Sharira and Deha. When there is Atma Buddhi, Atma is manifest through this, you have the Karyam, the effect. The body. Karanam is Maya Shakti. Remember? Yeah, Karanam is Maya Shakti. Okay. Vasana Rupina Kriya. What is Kriya? Vasana. Kriya is what you do with the Karya becomes Kriya. With this body and mind a function. Kriya is what? Functioning. Because of your impressions, your latent impressions. How do you do anything? Today morning breakfast. Some people go, Arey poha, nice. With a lot of peanuts in it. Bahut acha. I had a Guru Bhai, Siddhananda. He will look at poha and walk away. He'll go hungry, not eat breakfast. Why? Arey yaar, I stay in Nagpur, Ramtek. Kidhar bhi jao, batata pohe milte. Wherever I go, I get this poha. I got fed up of eating it. I'd rather go hungry than eat it. He is a great guy. He is no more. 2 years back, he had his samadhi. So, depending upon what is your impression is, no? Kriya happens because of that. Either you eat it, you walk away. Your impressions. Somebody sees, oh, vadas, the South Indian is happy. Okay. Others are okay with it. Missile. The Maharashtra. Others fine, okay. Bhelpuri. पूछने का बात है. Who's happy? Depends on what is inside. Chocolate. पूछने का बात है. That will impel you to the action, kriya. So karya and kriya have a relationship. The body and there's a relationship. Mind and this has a relationship. Whereas what are you? Neti iti atmarupatva. But that is all negated. Neti neti iti. I'm not the body and mind. I'm the consciousness is aware of the body and mind. The moment you say this is my body, you are aware of the body, you are not. In the statement that you are the body, the fact that you are not the body is hidden. Why? Because you can never say I am the body unless you are aware of it. It's implicit in that statement. So what does the teacher do? Makes it explicit. That's all. Shastra does it, but it's implicit. No? You can do it on your own also. If you are that much of a viveki, you can do it on your own. Okay. Neti Neti Atmarupatvat and Atmarupatvat, because I am the consciousness. Name Kriya Karya Kvachit. There is neither Karya nor Kriya for me and the pure consciousness. Does the rope claim the snake? This is my snake, okay, don't touch it. Okay. If you ask me nicely, you can borrow it. You, my friend, I can share the snake with you. How silly it sounds, no? Same way. My body, my action, my house, my this thing. Tell me what is mine? My house. What do you think will happen to it after? Itna saja ke, अच्छा decorate करके I spent so much of time, effort, money in making it exactly like I want. It has to reflect my personality. अच्छा, I mean, this is good interior. At least some people get employment. No, it is good. I'm not against it. Obviously, this is what we do. And after that, what happens? Your son and daughter-in-law move into that thing. I don't like this. Everything is changed. Within a year, everything is changed. Or what are we going to do with the house in Bombay? We are settled down in states. What will we do with the house? Sell it off. Fact or not fact? You know, when Muhammad of Ghor died, they say he died lamenting that he cannot take all the jewels and all we had looted from so many countries with him. At the most, what can you do? You can bury it with them, but it's not going to go with them. So one guy left a will. My sons are useless characters. My son is a really useless character. My wife is a gold digger. All my wealth should be buried with me. His wife was a very smart lady. She got somebody to evaluate what is the worth of the whole thing. Okay. $100 million. Good. She wrote out a check to be buried with him. This is all that happened. What is mine? In the same text, in another chapter, he says, what you claimed as your body, and you decorated and kept and made it fit and strong, and went to the gym and built all the show muscles, all that you did. After you die, he says, an alpha dog, literally, four-legged, is putting his paw on top of her and saying, this is mine, don't touch it. Barking at all the other dogs because I have to eat it, not them. Bit harsh. But harsh words are sometimes necessary to bring the reality home. Correct or not? Just imagine when a Viveki dies, not a wise person. No, this body has to be honored, all that. Kar lo sab kuch. It's an empty shell, I have walked away. It's an empty shell, you do whatever you want with it. I have walked away. Not necessarily a great wise person, just a Viveki, a student of Vedanta, who had not yet gained the whole knowledge. Empty shell, do what you want with it. Okay. There was a discussion once among the sadhus. I was laughing away at the whole discussion. What should be done with the sadhu's body after death? Because you have to leave word with your students, how do you dispose of them? Because you can't do the last rites. We already done the last rites when we took sannyasa. So we are all goes to walks, okay? Last rites are done. You don't have to do it. So what do you do? Do what you want, do what you do in Rishikesh. What is done in Rishikesh? Put it to the Ganga, weight it down and put it in the Ganga. All the fishes, there's some huge fish, they'll eat up the body. Okay. But now, river pollution, so a time will come when the government will stop it. Now what do? There's somebody that burn it and put it into the Ganga. No? But you can't do last rites. Don't do last rites, just burn it. Correct. So the Puri Shankaracharya, I like that character. Not Puri, Dwarka Shankaracharya. He said something. Jungle may be dal sakta hai. Can put it in the jungle also. Let all the wild animals have a feast. My body? Kya my body? My mind? Your mind? You must be a very rich person. You are changing it every moment. That's all there is. What is mind? It's something that is there. It has got some sort of an existence. Some sort of an existence it has got. According to science, 7 years, every cell in your body is replaced. I wish they wouldn't replace all the fat cells. And replace a bit more of that bone cells and the muscle cells. So what is mind? See an old photograph of yours, maja aayega. Oh my God, my hair was so black. Yeah, Swami found a photograph of mine in her first trip into the Himalayas and she sent it to me. Where did you get this photograph from? You won't recognize both of us. I was black beard. I mean, not the pirate. 98. So what I'm trying to say is the whole thing is what is mind? It really speaking, it is not you at all. Not even mine. Neither you nor mine. For the time being, you possess it, you use it, and you do what you want with it, maintain it, keep it well. So it is functional. Be functionally fit. Like how you keep your car fit. There's no replacement available for this body for at least 80 years. So keep it in good condition. That's all. Okay. Nowadays some parts are available. Spare part thoda milta hai aajkal. Hip replacement and things like that are available. Spare parts are, but other than that, there's nothing. So take care of it. Okay, that's all. Nothing more. Okay. But na kriya, but na karya. It's important to get this right, because we are so caught up in our body identification. It's a very peculiar thing, in the sense, without being identified with the body, you can't function. Isn't it? How can you function without being identified? So those of us who have learned to use instruments, okay, especially in martial arts and things like that, the sword and you become one. The sword and you become one. They move as one. It's not I am wielding a sword. It was an extension. It's an extension of my arm. My energy extends and pervades the sword. To that extent. Okay. That is why all warriors, traditional warriors, not modern soldiers, they name their swords. They named it. Why? Because that emotional connect helped the energy to transfer there. Fine. So the sword and you moves as one. Today's world, many racing car drivers, the whole body is literally strapped onto the car, and the car, a formula for one car, and they move as one. But they all know, it is not me. You move as one, but it is not you. You are identified enough to move as one, but it is not you. Why? Because at the end of it, you are sheathing your sword. At the end of it, you are getting out of the car. Unstrap and get out of the car. Yeah. Are you getting it? So, just because you are intimately connected doesn't mean it is you. That is the idea. Just because you are intimately connected doesn't mean it is you. Once you get that, then the fact you can shift that identification and the pure consciousness, existence consciousness. Now, मेरा गाड़ी किधर है? मेरा गड्डी किधर है? As they will say in North India, मेरा गड्डी किधर? Where is my car? Right here. Okay, chalo, go. Function. Simple as that. Yeah. Mind is the same. But your emotional or inner reality is more important than outer reality. That's half the problem. There has to be certain alignment between inner reality and outer reality. Because both not you. Okay, there is some anger in the mind. I'll deal with it, yaar. There's some sadness. I'll deal with it. Yeah. There's some trauma from the past coming. I've not yet identified. It's okay. I'll deal with it. Big deal. I'll deal with it means what? It's not me, na? I'll deal with it. You're objectifying it. Without objectifying, can you deal with it? That's why if you go to a therapist, they'll say, let there be some space between the mind and you, isn't it? What is that space? Space is already there. You're just being aware of it. Because you're over-identified. नई बात है. Vedanta is very simple, isn't it? See, so simple it is. इतना ही है. You get this, you're free. Where is the problem? Now he's going back to what he said in the beginning. न तथा अमृता शास्ति कर्मणा अज्ञान हेतुतः मोक्षस्य ज्ञान हेतुत्वात् न तदन्यादपेक्षते. मोक्षस्य ज्ञान हेतुत्वात्. कर्मणा अज्ञान हेतुतः. All karma depends upon ignorance. Swamiji, we are moving into a knowledge-oriented society. Digital world. Now artificial intelligence. I wish there was some more real intelligence. In all of them, karma cannot happen. In the world or in your virtual world or anywhere else, unless you take yourself as a finite being, unless you take the world as real. These two things are, both of it is based on ignorance. I am a finite being and I have to deal with that. Both is based on ignorance. I have this dream that I have to fulfill. You have a desire, you have to be fulfilled. No, it's a dream. You give it a greater, I have an ambition. TK, it's all desire only. You give it nice names. All that is based on what? Ignorance of that, we are all pervading awareness. That's all. It's based on that alone. Therefore, all karma is based on ignorance, including coming to study Vedanta. Who needs Vedanta knowledge? A wise person or an ignorant person? Ignorant person. So, the seeker is based on ignorance. The karta is based on ignorance. The teacher, if he is a wise person, he or she has to wear the robes of ignorance to teach. What are you? Limitless consciousness. समझी कुछ बताइए ना. Let me wear my dress of finitude. Yeah, I'm a human being. Vedanta teacher, sadhu hai. Atma is not sadhu. Yeah, what Atma is sadhu? Atma is not a agency. So, okay, now I'll teach. Exaggerating a bit, okay, just to make you all understand that. Therefore, karmana ajnana. All karma is based on ignorance. If all karma is based on ignorance, there is no, he says, na tataha amritatvam shasti. You can never gain moksha by the karma. Whatever karma it is. Even if it's an experience of samadhi, it's a karma, not peculiar karma it is. नहीं होता है. Ajnana will be there. All karmas only strengthen ignorance. That's it. So that's why we bring in attitudes. Hey, I have done this karma. Ahankara comes up. Thank God I could do this. Recognize the play of the Lord in your life. Then that ahankara is manageable. You have a self-esteem. It doesn't become a problematic ahankara. Why? Because thank God You have an altar of surrender. Which modern psychology doesn't talk of an altar of surrender in building up self-esteem. Traditionalists, we talk about it. Yeah, you look at the works, for example, of Nathaniel Branden, one of the best writers in modern psychology about self-esteem. Doesn't talk about an altar of surrender. I have added to that in our workshops. Have an altar of surrender. Because you need to. That is only management. But by karma, how you gain moksha? The effect cannot destroy the cause. The karma is produced by ajnana. Then what? He says, mokshasya jnana hetutva. Moksha is jnana hetu. But there also I am doing something now. Please don't. You just come and sit in the class. Don't start doing. You are not doing. The Shastra is doing. The teacher is doing. Teacher is doing without doing, okay? That's why the teaching always has to come from an external source, which does not have the problem of ignorance. What are you doing? You're exposing yourself to the teaching, letting the mind go along with the teaching. You're not using your will. In karma, you use your will. In Vedanta, if you use your will, you'll get up into problems. Let the mind come along. I'm not saying give up your reasoning. Keep your reasoning. Please don't give up your ability to reason when you go to a teacher. That becomes cults. Let your mind go along with the words, you see the truth. Ajnanam gone. And sometimes you don't see it clearly, therefore doubts will come up. Clarify it. Vague feelings will come up. Clarify that. That's okay. Clarify. That's where reasoning comes in. Gita, it says, na pariprashnena sevaya. Let your seva be in the form of questions you are asking. But question to understand. That's it. Jnana hetutva. Na tat anyaha apekshate. It doesn't depend on anything else. What does knowledge depend upon? A means of knowledge, nothing else. What does Vedanta knowledge depend on? A means of knowledge. The Shastra. Guru, because you need somebody to explain the Shastra. The words are peculiar. With finite words, you can't. You are revealing the infinite. With finite words, you have to reveal the infinite being that you are. Therefore, there is a methodology of teaching. Some of you have started recognizing that methodology. The methodology of using the words. Where you use the words and keep negating the limitations of the other words that are used. So the truth is revealed in the process. Teaching is a process. So, in that, you are doing nothing. Your will is not being used. In fact, you have to surrender your will when you are listening, not afterwards. Listen. After the will will come up and you will start questioning everything, and now it is clear. When you are listening, let your words go along. So there is an example used, Chandrashaka Nyaya. The crescent moon. So beautiful. Can you see that? What moon? Dvitiya ka chand, the second day. Second day is a very thin sun. Dvitiya ka, not yesterday, full moon. If somebody is asking full moon, where is it? For a serious problem. You better go to an ophthalmologist and check up everything. Unless he is looking the wrong direction, that's understandable. He came here, new place, he doesn't know where east, west, north, south, east. So that's understandable. But other than that, it's present. Okay. You don't see it, you can't see. Do you see the tree? But I want to see the moon. You will see the moon, but just go along with my words, no? Tree. Acha, what tree is it? Banyan tree? Narayana, hey, just come along with me. This is called intelligent questions, coming. That tree. Can you see that huge branch to the right? Yes. Can you see from that one thin branch? Yep. Just over that. Ha. That ha means what? Jnanam. After that, is the tree important? And there you went for a walk up to the gate. And then your friend asked, hey, I heard there's a beautiful moon in the sky. I would have pointed it out to you, but I don't have the tree here. Do you see that? You use whatever is available to point out. Tree chahiye. You don't need that. A teacher does not need a particular text. He'll sit down under a tree and teach. It doesn't have to be a banyan tree or a bodhi tree also. Yeah, this is called that pointing out the truth. The finger that points to the moon is not the moon. True. But the finger was useful to see the moon. After that, you can leave the finger. Not every time you have to point the moon. Use your finger. You don't. That's why the text for a teacher is a scaffolding, which helps. Okay. So the students also feel, I'm progressing verse by verse. But so many camps are taken without a verse, without a text. You don't need. What do you need? Satyam. In traditional, you look at signs. That is true. Remember an astrologer looking at exactly. Okay. Therefore, Amritam Shasti Karmana Mokshasya Jnana Hetutva Natat Anyaha Apekshati. There is no dependence on anything else other than. But knowledge will happen in a given human mind. Therefore, the mind has to be ready to receive that knowledge. Therefore, Vedanta protects itself by saying, what are the qualifications of a student? Viveka, Vairagya, Shat Sampatti, all that. Or in a brief thing, think clearly, feel deeply, act decisively. Summed up in small. You can do that. Then that mind can understand it. So certain preparation, certain life experiences, helpful. Rule? No. Whatever got you this mind. Age does not guarantee you a mind like that. Youth does not negate you from getting a mind like that. So it's a respect. You need a mind like that, that's all. Some life experiences help to get a mind like that. That's why when people come and say, Swamiji, I heard you're putting up an ashram, I want to be a full-timer. Have you fallen in love? No, never. Not fit. Go, fall in love and come back. 3 years are there. You don't know how to love one human being. What are you going to deal with the reality? Hey, come on. And if you understand one another human being, you are ready to understand a lot. Truth will be clearer to you. Because understand. Ask the men, they'll say, oh my God. Understand? Girl, I don't know how. Girl says the same thing about you anyway. That's why you understand. You are waiting to understand the world. Okay. Therefore, na tadanyada. That your mind should be ready to understand the truth. That is true. Yeah. So, life expects help for that. But the truth itself does not require that. Revealing the truth is only by the teaching. Shravana matrena. And because my mind may not be fully ready, backed up with some mananam. Mananam is clarifying of doubts, challenging your understanding. Meditation, owning it up, making it a fact of your life. Because I know, but it's not yet. What has gone through into the head has not sunk into the heart. So give it the chance to sink into the heart. Otherwise, it'll leak through the mouth. So which it meant is statement. It'll leak through the mouth. You'll talk about it, but inside, focal. That's what happens. Okay. Amritam chaphyam artham netiti atma priyo mama vipritam atho anya yatasthyajet satkriya tataha. Okay. This amritam cha abhyam naha artham, not na artham, naha. Okay. Amritam, that immortality that you seek, the fulfillment that you seek, freedom from limitation that you seek. Amritam. Abhyam cha, fearlessness, free from insecurity. Why? Fear comes from a sense of loss. Courage is learning to manage that loss. If you can manage that loss, you're courageous. You don't like that loss, but you can manage it. Courage. Fearlessness is recognizing there is nothing to be lost. I am existence awareness. What else is there? Nothing else. Nothing to be gained or lost. Freedom from insecurity comes only there. Abhayam. Naha artham. That's very desirable for all of us, isn't it? All of us want it. Neti atma priyo mama. Neti. Iti atma priyo mama. Na iti atma priyo. Okay. Therefore, by neti, what I have gained, that atma, that is priya, that is very dear to me, he says. Atma is priya. What do you really love? It looks. Sometimes there is wisdom even in a, what do you call that? Archie's greeting card. I love you not only for what you are, but for what I am when I am with you. It's correct. Because in the presence of that person, you find yourself acceptable. That person pleases you. Therefore, you love the person. What do you love? Your pleased self. Atmanastu kamaya sarvam priyam bhavati. Because you love yourself, everything else becomes lovable. And if you are Ananda, you are already fulfilled being. You can love everyone. Swami, love everyone. Problem nahi hoga kya? Non-demanding love, okay? You can be what you want. Can be what you are. You don't even have to respond to me. Not an issue. Then where is the issue? If somebody comes and tells you, I love you, what is the minimum response expected? Thank you, that's nice of you. Okay. What more is expected? You don't have to say I love you back because you don't love me, you don't have to say it. Thank you, that's nice of you. I mean, you acknowledge the niceness of the person. Unless he's a creeper, okay, then it's a different thing. Right. Viparitam ataha anyad. Anything that's opposite or different from what? This knowledge. Okay. Tejit sakriya tata. Give it up. Anything that keeps you away from this knowledge, give it up, he says. What keeps you away from this knowledge? Nothing really speaking. Except some thinking. Family doesn't keep you away from this knowledge. Oh, my family is a problem. What do you give up? Why is your family a problem? You make it clear to them that you have certain commitments and this is part of your life. That's all. Why is family a problem? Why is anything a problem? I don't have time. Make the time. I work for Reliance. They want me to be there on call 24 hours. Change your job. Who wants to be on call 24 hours? Crazy. Bad enough. Narayan Murthy saying there has to be an 18-hour working day. You work like that because you are building up your empire. I am working for you. Why should I work for you? Build up your empire. Correct, right? I agree. If you want a result fast, you have to give more time and effort. I accept that. So people like us, we walked out of everything. Why? Because we wanted it now. We are not waiting. We are not willing to wait for the next 30 years for it. 40 years for it. I want it now. So we walked away. But he says, whatever opposes it, Tejit. Everything can oppose it, nothing need oppose it. Understand this? Because this is an advice given for sadhus. Yeah? Give it up. If your job is demanding you on call 24 hours, that's unhealthy. Even without Vedanta, give it up. It's unhealthy. Yeah. Forget life, work-life balance. First get a life, then we'll talk about work-life balance. No, Swamiji, I'm just doing it for 3 years to make all the money I can, because then I can go and learn all that. Okay, understandable. That's understandable. You do what works for you. What is the idea here behind it? The idea behind it is commitment to the knowledge. Not to a lifestyle, not to others, not to a status in life. Not commit to the knowledge. Everything else will fall within that commitment. That's what Karma Yoga is about, no? Your job, your family, your everything can come to commitment. No issues. No issues. Yeah, make this commitment in your life. Yeah, I'm committed to studying Vedanta. That's it. I will do it. I'll find the time to do it. Family, of course they have to be taken care of. I'll do that. After 7 years in Rishikesh, 3 years in the ashram, 7 years in Rishikesh, I came back and was there for my parents. Swami is there for our mother right now. So we can do that. Anyone can do it. What's the big deal about it? Yeah. What's the big deal about it? Yeah, certain things we are cut off from our life. True. Why? Not within our priorities. What is your priority? What is not in your priority is a waste of time. Because it's not in your priority. But Swami, I'd like to relax up sometime. No? Yeah, relaxation is important for your health. Therefore, that's within your priority. So spend some time on relaxation. Not 4 hours on this scrolling. That's not relaxation. Previously, I was bothered about my family, my work, my this, etc. Now I am bothered about what's happening in the other end of the world. What can we do to stop Ukraine war? Out of your hands. Don't waste time worrying on it. Can I study the history of my country properly? Yeah, that's within my hands. Do that. What about world history? Good, if you have the time. Anything is fine if you have the time. Swamiji, are you not interested in that cookery show? No. I find cooking boring. But what do you have to cook to eat? I'm happily living on khichdi for years on end. Not a problem. I lived on Bhiksha, living on dal roti years on end. What's the big deal? So, not in my interest. It may be in one of your interests. Please go ahead, and if it's an interest. And if you have the time for it, please go ahead. I'm only saying my priority, this thing. Your priority may be different. I have a nephew, cousin. When the serials comes, he's going out for a cup of coffee or drink. When the advertisements comes, he's watching them. Why? He runs an ad agency. The advertisement there is priority, not the serial. You all are watching the serial, not the ads. Ulta, Santosh. She knows, my cousin. So, what is your priority in keeping like that? Vedanta is your priority. Okay. What else? Do what your priority is, forget everything else. Then you have all the time in the world. Yeah. That's what he's saying here. Make time for this, that's all. Live by your priorities, you have the time. नहीं बात है. Vedanta is so simple. With that, this camp comes to an end. Okay.